welcome to Brett Dupree's Super Awesome Health Journey. I, of course, am that Brett Dupree because I'm talking out of my mouth. And today we're going to talk about another thing that was important in my awesome health journey and changing my relationship with food, which is taking the morality over the foods that I eat. Living in a world where there's no good food and bad food. There's just food. See, one thing that happens, especially when you're in what I keep on hearing in all my podcasts that I listen to and books, is like diet culture. But in mainstream media or in my years of dieting, I've done many diets. There's always good foods and bad foods. You know, you're supposed to eat vegetables. Vegetables are good food. And sugary foods are bad foods. Cut out sugars, cut out carbs. And there's almost this feeling like if you eat these foods, there's something wrong with you, right? You're wrong for eating sugar. You're wrong for eating chips. You're wrong for eating bread. You're wrong for eating steak. You're wrong for eating blank, you know, if you go more vegetarian, vegan. Sometimes you're wrong for eating bananas because they're big fruits with too much sugar. You're wrong for eating oranges. And it creates this idea, this feeling like I'm doing something wrong. And that makes me, of course, want to deny myself of doing those things because I want to do things that are good and I don't want to do things that are bad. But taking the morality out of food is freeing, at least for me, because all of a sudden food is just food. Yes, some foods I should eat more of because they have vitamins and nutrients and fiber that my body needs. Like I added nuts, not because nuts are morally good, but because they have a lot of things that help blood pressure. And my blood pressure is kind of high. And I'm thinking, you know what? I can eat a quarter of nuts a day, quarter cup of nuts a day, which is what they recommend for lowering blood pressure. And I like nuts. I love nuts in my mouth. And yeah, so basically it's not I'm good for doing that. It's an action that I could take that I enjoy, and it also has an added benefit. And that's the same thing with cookies. I love cookies. Cookies and ice cream are two of my favorite things. And to make cookies and ice cream and bread is another one for me, bad, makes me want to deny myself of them. And eventually that denial builds up. Because the problem is when I deny myself something, I use willpower. And willpower is very fleeting. I don't really think it exists. Willpower is just making decisions. And when you have those cravings, you're just making that decision over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until I finally decide to just to do it. And when I do it, it's like a dam broke. And then all of a sudden, instead of eating now I'm eating a quarter of a cookie. I would eat all the cookies, right? Instead of eating like a little bowl of ice cream, I would eat the entire thing of ice cream because I was like, I don't want it. And since it's bad, I better eat it all now. So tomorrow I'll be good. And a lot of times that would help play into the idea of I'm going to start tomorrow. So I can be bad today. I'll be good tomorrow so I can be bad today. I'll be good tomorrow so I can be bad today. Or I better be bad today because I'm going to be good tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to have any of these things. And so removing that morality and just making food, I'm able to make better decisions. And they're not right decisions, not wrong decisions. They're just energizing decisions that make my body feel better. Going by the feel of my body, the feel of my hunger. Having that play into my decision making when it comes to eating food rather than making me a good person or a bad person or feel good or feel bad based on what I'm eating or based on why I'm eating. I'm learning more and more by listening to podcasts that, and talking to my therapist and my nutritionist that emotional eating isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with using that tool in my toolbox, right? It's not a bad thing that I feel bad about something. I'm feeling lonely because I miss having a fiance and all that. And like something comes up that makes me think of that, and I feel bad. There's nothing wrong with going to get something I find delicious to help my emotions because that's a tool in my toolbox to feel better. It's not bad that I did that. It's not morally wrong that I did that. And that's the important thing. Food isn't morality. There's no such thing as good food and bad food. They're just food. And if you want to have your body feel good, you eat food in a way that makes your body feel good. And it's not bad if you want your body to feel bad, but that's just a personal choice. It's not a moral choice. I am choosing to make my body feel good more than I'm choosing to make my body feel bad. And so I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables because when I do so, my body feels better. I'm not going to eat all the cookies because I feel bad, but I'll eat a little bit of cookie because I like the taste and it does make me feel good enough and satisfies the craving. But it's not morally good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Food is food. And I think it's important for me to treat food being food. And when I do so, I don't even have to worry about willpower. The changes I've made in my diet have been easy at this point. It was hard at first, failing over and over and over again and berating myself and then calming myself down. It was hard to go through that. But now that I'm on the other side and working on improving my behavior and improving making my body feel good, it's been easy. I still have 2 cans of pop in my Dr. Pepper, strawberry and cream in my fridge. That's been in there for over a month. That's unheard of. I don't even want it right now. I'm not thinking about it all the time. I'll go more into this tomorrow. I'll give it a specific example of how I use these processes and a food that I used to crave all the time. All the time, I don't even tell myself to not. I shouldn't buy that because it's unhealthy. When I'm at the store, I just think, I don't feel like it right now. And for me, that's miraculous because I would think about it every time I went to the store. So yeah, this process is working great for me. I'm liking the results. And I feel great, to be honest. My body has felt great. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun things. Love ya.